man.
I feel you, Shelly. And also, we are currently live.
Hey guys, it's our post-Halloween stream, and well, I feel bad because I promised at least in the IGN chat that we'd have Drew on and we'd be double stuffed finally, but scheduling conflicts and also it's late as shit. We're gonna do that stream probably this weekend, and we'll
People in
have
the IGN group watch us.
some of them.
That's probably who the last Uchiha was from the Safe for Work stream.
We should probably throw out the link so that they actually know that we're live now.
You want to go ahead because my hands are tied.
Shelly,
I was doing it already.
Okay, and by my hands are tied, I mean I'm playing BlazBlue.
you bastard. I haven't played
Look, man,
games.
Central Fiction came out Tuesday. So happy, but also kind of mad because it's, you know.
I've been playing. I think the last game I played was like 3 days ago.
They cut out the English voice acting this time around, and it's really sad.
What, you miss it?
I do.
Fuck, I'm so tired. I really like Ryuji's voice actor for P5.
Saitama.
Is that who it is?
Yep.
I haven't watched the dub for One Punch Man, so I'm out of the loop.
What all are we talking about in this podcast?
Oh, the fucking phone. Did I not send it to you?
I just forgot.
I mean, you sent it Monday.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. It's Thursday.
It's now Thursday.
It is now Thursday.
Let me send that again, and we could just come up with shit. Shit.
And then you've taken out the Kingdom Hearts stuff, so...
Yeah, the Kingdom Hearts stuff is worthy of its own stream, honestly.
I'm pretty sure the Kingdom Hearts stuff was like the majority of it.
No. The majority of it's the Halloween shit.
But, I mean, Brian, it's you, so...
It was going to be the majority.
It's true. I have a lot to say.
I didn't know if you said it's true or it's Drew, but either way, you're not wrong.
Yeah. Okay, well, I sent this fucking note to the group. Did it not send?
So that's how I pretzel. Currently looking. Loading, please wait.
Send it one more time.
There's nothing here, Brian.
Well, I sent it twice and it didn't send, so...
Well, you know what? It doesn't matter because now I've gone back to the old one.
Great! That's probably why it's not sending, because I already sent it.
Maybe. Well, starting off at number 1, last stream, not the Safe for Work stream that
you had
were kind enough to do for my assignment. Yeah.
How'd you do, by the way?
We're never doing that again. We gonna censor it up in this bitch.
Fuck!
I don't know because she was like, hey, you don't have to submit it on Blackboard. I'll just grade it whenever the time is right. And I didn't know when that was. And it turns out the time is right was the due date. But there's a lot of my work in that class that still hasn't been graded, even though I turned it in. So we're just going to see how that goes.
I doubt she looks at it. I'm sure she just gives you A's.
No, she'll probably skip like in 5 or 2 minute intervals and be like, yeah, I like this. This is nice. Oh, he said fuck. Points off.
Yeah, but thankfully none of you said that.
I saved it for the end.
Last actual stream, you might have overheard, you might remember an argument that happened at some point, and we tried to refer to sources online, but those weren't working, and neither was Twitter. Well, guys, there was a DDoS attack going on during the stream.
America had fallen, or at least the internet had fallen in America.
The internet had fallen on like the East Coast.
They'll make a movie about it one day.
Ever since that whole cyber attack stopped, my internet hasn't gone out at home.
Are you kidding me?
It has not gone out at home.
Shelly's internet was the red herring.
It was the precursor.
That reminds me of like how I was so self-centered when I was like 7, and like the day 9/11 happened, I guess would be 9/11. No fucking shit, right? I I like jammed all 3 of my fingers in my car door on the car door because I like slammed it shut on me on accident. And I went to school. I was like, man, today's gonna suck.
Oh wow,
I
that's
legitimately
awful.
said today's gonna be awful. And then I like went to school and people were like freaking out. Like, why are you freaking out? And then they said I went home early. I think maybe I don't know. And then I went to my mom's office. They're like, hey, we got bombed or like rammed. I don't know what they said, but I didn't. I was like, no, I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
I mean, it's not my fault, so I guess not. Uh, so
But yeah, that happened.
enough of Jewish guilt. I'm not
Wow.
Jewish.
I already hear that.
Oh, we don't have many Jewish friends. I miss her though. Anyway, before we keep rambling, so after we stream through an entire like cyber attack on America and other parts of the world, I got a tablet, and it's a nice little Samsung Note tablet. It's like 9, not 9 point. It's like 9.7 are the dimensions. Really nice, actually, kind of high end.
Hey,
Uh,
hey, Brian.
hey,
Guess
yeah,
what you have? You have a Switch.
I have a big phone
No, you have a
because
Switch.
that's what it feels like. I feel like I have a new half phone, half laptop that I
Yeah.
won't use for either of those things.
Yeah, you have a Switch.
Yeah,
But does it play Skyrim?
I mean,
don't
I
know
guess
if
I
the
could
Switch plays
jerry rig it.
Skyrim.
I mean,
As far as
it's
we
one
know,
of-
the Switch plays videos of a trailer of
I
Skyrim.
mean, it's one of those things where it's like darned if you do, darned if you don't. It's like if the Switch does and it does, then cool. And if the Switch doesn't, but it for whatever reason doesn't, why not? You wouldn't want that leg up over a, you know?
Oh my god! Have you heard it has only 4 gigs of RAM again?
What?
I mean, I was kind of expecting that consistency. Oh, the battery life thing we talked about, that wasn't official. Like all of that was speculation.
Oh, I knew that.
Yeah. Nini ain't dropped no expectations.
All right, I'm gonna share this photo if I can.
Of
Oh, it's just something for George. But you can look too, I guess. Here you go.
Are you gonna
oh, I saw
put
that.
it to the
It's in
oh,
chat.
okay. This chat.
Anyway, while George is reading this nice, funny little image I found on the IGN group. Oh, well, he's done. So Zoids is getting a mobile game.
That's
And
what
I
all
don't
that
even-
hubbub was about.
That's what all the hubbub was about, apparently. Like, they're revitalizing it and making it a mobile game in Japan again, which could be the precursor to a new anime series.
When has a cell phone game ever been the precursor to a new anime?
They could be trying to revive the series and just putting, like, their foot in the water.
I don't know, man.
Let's see if people still like Zoids. We'll put out a cell phone game.
Nothing
Well,
but a mobile
think
game.
about it.
I'm pretty
They'll
flaccid.
probably release a new line of toys because they've got, like, new images to go along with this, like, mobile game.
Yeah, but it's going to be
Or
free
whatever.
to play. They're not going
It's
to
gonna be-
have... It's obviously going to be free to play. They're not going to have the resources to make toys. If they're just doing
But they're-
it with the phone.
It might be in tandem with a new line of toys, though. And from that comes a regenerated interest in the product, and with that comes
That's
an
never been
anime.
the case with a cell phone game.
I don't know what the fuck they're doing, but I'm assuming
Brian,
that it's going to be okay.
This is where I'll draw the line and say that you might be reaching a little bit.
I'm just hoping beyond all doubt and like reason
I mean,
that they
no,
give us something good.
it is a valid and like a wondered hope. Like I want the franchise to kind of come back. but I don't know if free to play mobile game is what's going to start it off.
I mean, if he can
Yeah.
make a comeback like Gundam, that'd be great.
A
I mean, Gundam is Gundam making a comeback, or is it just getting more popular with stuff that doesn't really focus on the Gundam aspect?
I think it's the latter, because when you think about it, it never really like left and came back. It only like kind of died down a bit to a lull, and then we got more. Because I mean, C&C Destiny, boy, what are those?
I don't know. Only watched Iron Blooded Orphans and Thunderbolt.
I barely watched Thunderbolt.
That was close.
Oh, I watched the last episode of Thunderbolt.
And Thunderbolt was only 4 episodes.
Exactly. 15-minute episodes.
I liked their jazz music though. It looked amazing.
I like jazz.
I like music. But yeah, I have not watched any fucking anime in the last 3 weeks. And I'm doing the exact same thing I did with last season, where like I had like 5 different shows that I wanted to watch or were watching, and I only focused on Berserk, and then I just stopped watching everything else because I lost interest in Mob Psycho because I read it, and instead of watching it, I just didn't like the way this arc was ending, and because I knew where the anime would end, so I just dropped the show. And then a whole bunch of other shit like
too.
oh yeah, it'll come back. Just like I don't even know how the fuck they're adapting a One Punch season 2 or One Punch Man.
I mean,
Like, I don't know what
think it's all that hard.
Well, it's not hard, but like in terms of like story content, like I don't know where they could stop or where they can even start really, because they won't be able to finish it, because I need to know what they're adapting, because if they're adapting like the webcomic, then oh hell yeah, they can do a season 2, season 3 if they wanted to. If they're adapting the manga that's drawn by like that other guy that like takes liberties with the story,
Yeah, I feel you on that.
I don't know what they can do with it besides make it a shitty season 2.
Well,
Uh,
I mean, with it running like that, it's no wonder that one decided to just be like, well, all right, he can keep doing whatever with that. I'm going to do Mob Psycho.
yeah, and I mean, Mob Psycho has a consistently good plot. Like, the only time I've been, like, bored with Mob Psycho, and I'm not even saying I was bored at this point, it's like where the anime just ended, and, like, those last 2 episodes, I think, were, like, kind of lackluster to me in terms of just story progression. They were entertaining, but they weren't that great compared to the rest of the season. And so I just ended up dropping the series. But then, you know, like, I stopped watching Food Wars because I read it. I'm trying to watch Keijo now, and I might use tomorrow to catch up on anime before I do anything else, because I'm really close to beating The Witcher 3, I feel like.
Hey.
Yeah, I've basically side quested the game like to all holy hell, and there's only one more like big map that I can visit now. And I've been doing nothing but main quests for like the last few days. But super close on that, and I'm excited. I need to get
I'm
done.
going to do something smart.
What?
I'm going to open up the chat. Like the chat on the video for people who are watching, if they're watching.
So they can see what we put out?
No, so I can see what they put out.
Ah! No, that would be nice. You still have that? So it's been like 5 months since you put that on your phone. I'm surprised you kept it this long.
I still have
I just never think about changing it.
after a year.
Yeah, I gave a new notification for my tablet, but that's it. I haven't even tried to like switch off the Persona thing on my phone. I might make Battle for Everyone's Souls my ringtone eventually, though.
I need to get that acapella one back.
You mean just the hymn?
No. It's Pursuing My True Self, but it's the acapella version from TMK Sound. So it's like the same notification you have, except it's being sung by somebody.
I need more Lotus juice in my life.
New York this month.
He already went.
Gosh darn it.
I think it was
If I die
last
from
month.
this super, I swear.
Anyway, so
Brian, did you look at the picture?
I couldn't open it. I need permission.
I gave you permission.
It still wouldn't let me look at it.
Oh, well, I'm sorry.
What was it?
Come here. Let me look at you.
Just tell me what it was.
Hold on, I got it.
But yeah, speaking of One Punch Man Season 2, we're getting a Season 4 of High School DxD.
You already know.
And I honestly, I don't follow DxD that closely to know like what's going to be adapted. But
That's
Season
because
3...
that's because the anime is ahead of the manga.
Yeah, it's
I mean-
light novels, then anime, then manga.
manga. But yeah, I haven't even bothered like trying to
Okay,
read or like,
so-
catch up with the DxD story.
I'ma already tell you. Rose Weiss, best girl. She starts flexing and showing off, and then she becomes a part of the harem. And let me tell you,
But I don't know. I can't. This harem is too large. Like I really can't remember everyone anymore.
no, you're tripping, because it gets better, it gets bigger. Like people who you don't even expect for real start it.
Does it get more dudes?
I actually think so. I would have to.
Oh,
Wow.
Philly. Damn. Oh. Oh.
And then I start looking at the pictures side to side, and I'm like, wait, what happened?
But nah. I only remember like one or two people who get added on. Because I didn't look that far ahead myself.
Yeah, I'm really excited because Season 3 was actually kind of hype, like, for whatever reason. And it might be that opening. But I'm willing to bet it was just because, you know, like, High School DxD actually knows how to hold, like, newborn. Porn. Porn.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry, that who started that? Was it me?
It was me.
Damn. But yeah, we're getting other season 2s. One Punch Man, obviously. A few other anime that I can't think of at the moment. Konosuba, in particular, caught my eye because I was watching Konosuba like right after I had my like giant ass panic attack in February. And that anime helped me calm the fuck down. Like, I'm not even lying. Like, when I couldn't, like, sit through and, like, just, like, stay on my feet or, like, on my ass, like, watching anything for a while, like, I could sit down and watch Konosuba, like, just eat it up like fucking cherries. I hate cherries. That's a bad analogy. Chocolate. But yeah, I would recommend it to both of you if you would like, if you want to watch something that's actually genuinely funny, and not Sword Art Online or How to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Because my friend Ryan really likes How to Pick Up. How do you pick up? Oh no, is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon? Or whatever its Japanese name is. I forget. It's really simple.
Danmachi.
Danmachi.
If you have
Yeah.
to ask, it is.
Well, like, he likes that show, and I mean, I liked it for a second, but it got really bad. but Konosuba like consistently made me fucking crack up. Characters are funny. Main character isn't Kirito, and he's kind of an asshole and imperfect, so it makes it even better. Uh, his thing is that he steals people's underwear because he's a thief class. What the fuck is that?
What?
What was that noise? What was that notification?
I don't know. Stuff.
All right, Shelly. Anyway.
Now what do you know? We got a couple haters.
Okay. Well, unless I hear it, ooh yeah, I don't want to hear it again.
Oh man.
I miss Randy. I was not even into wrestling when Randy was alive, but now that I know he's dead, I'm just miss Randy.
Oh yeah, he died like 2 years ago.
Was it really just 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh. How did this end up happening?
What?
I was trying to answer your question because you were like, yeah, does the harem get any more dudes?
I started talking about other
And
anime and then wrestling.
I know. Well, no, I hopped on the DXD wiki and I went to look at like the Occult Research Club to kind of use it as a directory for people who are just
Jordan.
flat out hopping on Issei, and like the membership changes and whatnot. Like,
Are we looking up this song? Shelly, you should make the DXD opening your ringtone. Shelly, what the fuck are you doing? Are you on Zedge?
Yeah.
I know.
I had to download Zedge.
Yeah, it's so nice to have free space on my phone when I don't have fucking Unchained Key taking up all my room. All my memory. That game's over 1.5 gigs now, and it killed me. I was like 3 updates behind on everything on my phone. But yeah, do you guys remember any other season 2s or season 3s or whatnot we're getting? Because I think D. Greyman is getting a season 3 eventually, but it's not coming next season. I'm gonna check Anime Newswire Network real fast. Talk amongst yourselves. Drifters, Yuri on Ice, Keijo. Oh, they're introducing animal butt personifications for special moves in Keijo.
I'm not watching Keijo.
I mean, why not? I mean, I'm not watching it either, but I'm just saving it for a rainy day. Or, late at night when no one's awake.
When was the last time it rained at night?
oh,
It hasn't rained for a month.
wow.
It hasn't rained a month in Mobile.
I don't think it's rained in like 2 months.
Ultimate Ninja Storm 4 Road to Boruto includes Boruto films, Naruto, Sasuke. Alright, well...
I technically watched Gaara and Shikamaru today, and by watched, I mean it was on in the background.
I like how one of the interest articles on Anime News Network is Pokemon fans aren't ready to tell Serena goodbye.
Well, yeah, there was some actual character development there, and then they just let it all go.
Well,
Yeah, considering
I was talking to somebody about that.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to somebody about that earlier today. Like, X and Y anime was good in more aspects than one. Like, you had character development, you had that romance story going on, all the animation was sick. Ash was, not losing and making productive moves as far as battling went. And then, they remembered, hey, we got a formula to follow, so we had to take all that good stuff and soil it. We have to break it all. Throw it all away.
They're trying to get a petition to send her to Aloha.
Okay, now it's gotten a little.
What do you mean?
I don't know if
That's like
I don't know if it take all that. Like, come on.
that's like those Narusaku fans who started a petition.
To not release the final volume of Naruto or
Yeah.
to ban it. What a
When,
load
when,
of shit.
when Sakura ending up with Naruto makes absolutely positively no sense.
Like they even made a joke about it, like at one point. Yeah, it was when she was trying to make it seem, oh yeah, I actually really like you, and I want you to stop going after Sasuke, please, because he's all mine. By myself. I'm hopping on it. Okay, yeah, I don't see any season 2 announcements that I can remember.
Back up. Sasuke's mine. I'm gonna get him, and I'm gonna get his arm too.
Also, Brian, to answer your earlier question, no more dudes.
Damn.
And what?
Because I really like Kiba.
Well, I
Brian,
mean, they don't join.
Brian.
They don't join
No.
Issei's. Like, there are more dudes in the series, but
Brian, this is a harem. We're not getting another guy. I don't want another guy.
I know you don't want another guy, but I want him to be funny and gay.
Kiva's plenty.
He's not funny enough, though.
y'all forget about my boy Gaspar.
Jasper is not a fucking man. He's a fucking lolly. And you know it. You know that's what he is.
I thought that's what Kaneko was.
No, she's a pure lolly. Gasper's a trap lolly.
I bet.
But he's not gay
You fall
enough.
for that trap.
I was gonna say, why can't you just be the trap? Like, why can't Konako be the loli and then Gaspar's just the trap?
Brian, did you fall for the trap?
Yeah, I fell for the trap. Everyone fell for the trap.
I didn't fall for the trap.
I didn't fall for the trap.
I fell for the trap. I usually fall for the traps, except when they make
Pound
it
chicken.
blatantly obvious.
Yeah, she looking good all
I
time
remember.
and everything. She ain't got nothing going on her body.
I remember when I was watching oh god, what Lovely Complex. They got a trap in there that's actually super fucking hot. And I was like, there's no way that this girl can be like all right in the head. I was like, it's gotta be something. She's gotta be evil or she's gotta be fucking like a boy. And it was one of the two, and she turned out to be a boy.
So it's that moment when Hideyoshi's a better trap than Solemn Judgment.
There's one trap. I don't know if it was from a game or like a recent anime that I was like super into. Like, just a cool dude. I'm trying to think.
Naoto Shirogane.
That's not a trap though. That's a reverse trap.
I thought it was just
What is that, like Mirror Force?
No, it means
no.
that you had no expectations because you thought that the character was a boy, when it turns out the character was a girl. So it's like it's a reverse trap.
But why would that be a reverse trap? Because wouldn't the same thing just happen to a girl? I think that's why they're just like neutrally referred to as traps, because
But that's what makes it hypersonic.
Shut up, Shelly.
what you mean?
Just because I quote Game Grumps constantly doesn't mean you could quote Team 4-Star constantly.
That's what makes it hypersonic. Go on.
God.
The fact that y'all are quoting people at all on this cast.
I mean, dude, like, we are unofficial as shit.
But space is a vacuum.
I'm still waiting on that fucking Hellsing Abridged episode.
That one we're not getting.
They told us we were getting it because
That
I
one we're
remember
not getting.
we're getting it because they said that they released 2 a year, and one of them will always be Halloween, but they didn't release it on Halloween, so now I need to know where the fuck it is. Oh yeah,
getting
Cubs
blocked
won
low.
last night. Yeah, so Cubs won last night, and I don't really get it, but it's important. So
with a
It's
pixel.
Brian,
Because
it's funny because
in Back to the Future.
OKC was beating Golden State 3-1 in the NBA Finals, and then Golden
Yeah.
State came back and won. Golden State was beating the Cleveland Cavaliers in the NBA Finals 3-1, and then Cleveland came back and won the NBA title. So Cleveland was going to have 2 championships this year. Cleveland was winning 3-1 in their series, and then the Cubs came back and won.
Yeah.
that curse is going to transfer, I guess.
Kevin Durant's going to go to the Cubs.
Ever since that 2.8 trailer came out, I've been like slowly following more and more Kingdom Hearts blogs on Tumblr.
I've been on
Tumblr's still a
Tumblr in
thing.
a while. Yep.
Oh, while I'm thinking about it, and I didn't put this in the topics, but Toriko's ending next week.
Yeah, I heard.
Like, holy shit, dude. Like, if One Piece didn't make them all that money, they'd be coming for that
Yeah,
ass.
they would.
They'd be coming for Oda's ass.
They can't touch Oda.
They really can't. And the only reason they would be able to is if it waned so much that One Piece was no longer turning like fucking 8 figures a year.
We're talking about stuff that's still going.
Yeah. Because
Is
Toriko
it-
was like... Because Gintama is coming after Toriko, probably.
Is Hajime
Because
no
that's in
Ippo
its-
still a thing?
Yes. That'll...
Yes.
I guess. That's still a thing. And, because they ended that one about the cop. I don't remember its name. The guy with, like, the super fucking eyebrows and the military cut.
Yeah, no,
I
I
don't know
know
what
what
you
you're
call
talking about.
Flat top. And then... Shit. Well, I don't know what's going on. I don't like it. Because it makes me uncomfortable for One Piece.
Okay,
But
see,
that's about it.
this is how I feel the higher ups at Shonen Jump are like, all right, no one's making money except One Piece. We're going to cut all the manga that we got and just start over anew. Do we remember how to do this?
Nah. Anywho,
I mean,
what
I'll
else
say
we got?
this. What, in terms of what? Like topics? Well, shit. I was gonna keep on manga for a second.
Okay, guys. We're going to talk about the most important thing here right now.
Don't
That new
fucking
Wonder
say
Woman trailer.
son of the Logan trailer. Okay,
The
That
new Wonder
shit-
Woman trailer, which is way better than the Logan trailer.
shut up. The
I'm
Logan
not here.
trailer-
I'm not here to talk about The Last of Us, but Wolverine in it.
That Logan Lake trailer is much more
Wow.
interesting. Much
It,
more.
it
interesting.
most definitely does not.
Yes, it does. I've never been so excited for an X-Men movie. I hate.
I've actually never been more not excited for an X-Men movie.
You don't want to see Wolverine suffer and die,
No, I don't want to see The Last of Us.
dude. You
I'd
love
rather
The Last
see-
of Us.
I'd rather see The Last of Us with Joel and Ellie.
It's not happening. It's in development hell. Remember?
I
Just
said
like-
with Joel and Ellie. I don't want
Just like that Metal Gear Solid
I
movie's
don't
never
wanna
getting
see
made
it
now.
with Logan.
I mean, what do you mean? It's already been out.
Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah.
It was called Metal Gear Solid 4.
No, the games are the movies, Brian.
Yeah, it's right. They got all the fucking cutscenes.
Oh, did you guys? Wait, shit. Who's directing the Uncharted movie? I forgot already. They just announced it a few days ago.
I don't know. Who's doing Nathan though?
Oh, I don't know.
Because like if it's Tom Cruise or some shit like that, I'm not watching it.
They wouldn't make they wouldn't make someone that old Nathan Drake.
Why don't they just get Nolan North?
Because he won't be able to do the stunts.
He did the mocap.
Yeah, I was like,
different.
didn't he do the mocap?
You can change people's bodies, and they're not actually doing stunts.
I mean,
They're
they
in a
can
confined.
figure.
They're in a confined room with a few little props.
I mean, they can figure something out.
Then out on a cliff on a mountainside trying to do a stunt.
Maybe the reason the Last of Us movie's in development hell is because they did Logan first, and Hugh Jackman was their #1 choice for Joel.
No, it's in development hell because Naughty Dog is developing games.
Yeah, and they ain't got time for this
Neil
shit.
Druckmann's writing the story, and he said, "Why am I doing this? I'm a game developer."
I mean, if you write a good story, then it can be translated to film just as well.
Yeah, but it's really hard to translate The Last of Us into 2 hours.
No.
But I guess it's easier if you have a healing factor.
I mean, all you need is like some travel montage. Because all they'd really need to do is like get Ellie on the track, get them like do like a really quick recap of like Sarah dying. Spoilers, by the way.
I'm gonna say like you almost have to meet Ellie immediately.
Yeah, you have to meet Ellie immediately, get on the road with her, skip all the stuff with the car and Bill, go straight to the university. No, go straight to meeting Tommy.
You can't go. I'm about to say you can't go straight to the university, and you can't go straight to Tommy.
You could go straight to Tommy.
The reason why the university works is because you actually like built up some more of a relationship with Joel and Ellie.
Okay, so get straight on the road, have a quick like 20-minute, like 15-minute like segue from the cannibals, and then go to Tommy, and then go to the university, and then
Do you remember how this story was structured?
yes, I'm just trying to do it as best I can. I know it's not right.
Because you said the cannibals. The cannibals were after the university.
I'm thinking about the people who like ran you off the road, and when you were in the truck, and they ate people.
Oh.
And then I don't know how they'd be able to work in David because he's probably be the main. David would probably be the main.
David would technically he'd be the main antagonist. Technically,
yeah.
There's no real main antagonist.
They just need to get Rick to play, or whoever plays Rick to be David.
No, they should get Jeffrey Dean Morgan to play David.
Who's he?
The guy who plays Negan.
Oh shit!
Oh god.
Are you still watching Walking Dead?
No, I dropped that shit.
You did. You heard it here, folks. It's done. It's over.
I told you if they killed Glenn, I was done, and I was kind of done at the last episode of last season, which is weird because last season was actually like really good, but I just fell out of it, and then I didn't even watch that last episode.
Dude, you know Rick and Glenn are both dead in the comics, though, right?
Yeah, I know. Like, Glenn died a long time ago in the comics.
So why can't you let him go? Why him specifically?
Because his character is better in the TV show. Brian, after Glenn went with Maggie to the store to get supplies, and he found a box of condoms.
Oh my god.
And he just pulled them out. And then she said, "Okay, let's go." He became a god.
Oh, really? Really? A god.
He became a god.
He became TV.
Glenn could do no wrong after that.
Well, he died.
So Nickelodeon had to make him the first Avatar.
I've been avoiding like watching videos of him like dying because I don't want to watch it because I feel bad because I don't want to watch his eye get bulged the fuck out. That's fucking gross. And I watched Berserk.
Yeah. These real eyes, boy.
So like now there's like rumors of since Steven Yeun isn't playing Glenn anymore, he's free to be playing Nightwing.
Bullshit. Bull fucking shit. I'll see it when I see it.
That'd be so awesome if he was Nightwing.
It's not happening. Should just make Troy Baker Nightwing.
I mean, he could so be Nightwing. Oh yeah, the Wonder Woman trailer. Yeah,
Yeah, let's get back on.
That was amazing. It was even better than the first trailer.
I liked the first trailer better. I don't know what it was. I just liked that one better than this one. I felt like this one was a little bit less. I feel like this one was a lot more streamlined and like sensational, and not playing to Wonder Woman's strengths. It was just trying to hit all the big blocks.
You said this one didn't play to Wonder Woman's strengths.
I think that this one was just more of like making people want to go see it, and like, hey,
you mean like a trailer?
No, like blockbuster cliches. The last one felt like it was just it was getting you introduced, and it felt like a good trailer. Because I didn't know if I was.
That was just a first kind of look thing.
But I didn't know if I wanted to go see it, and it made me want to go see it. This one just made me feel like, oh, it's another fucking blockbuster superhero movie, and that's why I prefer the first one.
Wait! You mean this period piece feels like another blockbuster superhero movie?
That's what the trailer was telling me. I'm telling you, I like the first one better. And this one had its good moments, I'm not gonna lie. Like, watching her, like, just slow-mo deflect bullets is great. But, shit.
Did you not see her hover in the air for a little bit?
No, I didn't watch that. Or if I did watch it, I just never noticed.
We're not sure if she's gonna fly, but it looked like she hovered for a little bit.
I mean, she didn't fly in B vs. Superman, so.
Granted, she didn't technically have to.
She did, like, fucking, like, guillotine Doomsday's ass for, I don't know. Anyway, off topic, because I want to talk about that.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's talk more about The Last of Us with a healing effect.
I mean, what's there to talk about? I mean, I just wanted to say that the trailer was good.
Because you know that movie will fail if that child actor is horrible.
I mean, kids sell.
Don't say that.
That kid is supposed to be X-23. I don't know if that kid can be X-23.
But that kid's in an R-rated movie, so I imagine that she'll be good.
That is a horrible assumption to make.
Well, that's all I got. So, Sun and Moon trailer.
Trash.
Oh, shut up. All the starters have been revealed.
Trash.
Oh wait, we're still on this?
Yeah. Red and Blue have been announced.
The boys are back in town.
Fucking JoJo and Kakyoin.
You know it.
I mean, it's so obvious. It's so obvious.
I don't know why people are so excited to face Red and Blue again when you could have just faced their teams. I mean, it would have been the same thing.
Because
nostalgia factor.
That and Red, they're giving an extra personality to both of these characters that really were kind of two-dimensional.
That was they're one-dimensional.
Because at least Blue got some development in like Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and you got to see him as a gym leader.
Yeah, at least his dad was Professor Oak.
Red never said anything, and obviously he doesn't say anything here.
Well, yeah, his dad's Giovanni.
No, Silver's dad is Giovanni.
Silver's dad's Giovanni.
Wait, which one's Silver?
That's the guy rival from.
Oh yeah, that's the one from Johto.
Yeah.
Does that remotely make sense?
No, it does. They explained it.
Why is he in Kanto?
What?
Why was Giovanni in Kanto?
Team Rocket.
Because that's where he started Team Rocket.
But why was it also in Johto?
Team Rocket disbanded, and then they tried to come back.
Yeah.
Who's signing these applications?
They made Team Rocket again.
But if you disband, how do you get the word out that we're starting Team Rocket again?
You get old
By
members.
taking over the radio station.
And that's what they were trying
Goldenrod
to do.
City.
That's honestly what they were trying to do, was like spread
But
the
if you're
word.
taking over the radio, like, how is the police not finding you?
How do police kill criminals in Pokemon world? They're useless. I don't know.
They use their
Unless you're
growlers.
Looker.
And for some reason, I never evolved them in Arcanines.
It's too expensive.
Only SWAT team gets
Yeah,
the Arcanines.
I mean, all you need is one Firestone.
Honestly, I like to think that in Pokemon world, people are actually just shit trainers, and they can't handle anything bigger than like a fucking Growlithe.
That sounds like a reasonable explanation, actually.
Like that's always
That would
that was,
explain Ash.
like that was always like my assumption for people who didn't evolve their Pokemon, is because they can't handle, or they just can't part with their cute ass Pokemon. But like with police officers, like an Arcanine's fucking devastating. That's like bringing a fucking AK to a handgun fight. Or a rocket launcher. I don't know. Call of Duty's out today. Or tomorrow.
In the UK, it's out today. What's out today in the UK? I saw somebody like tweet their copy on Twitter, and I thought someone broke street day. Someone snitch.
Nah.
Wait, their copy of what?
Call of Duty.
Oh, COD.
Some good fish, ain't it?
I just want to see the reviews for it, because apparently Battlefield 1 was alright.
Now I hear Battlefield 1's really good. Well, for shooters. I hear it looks amazing. Visually.
I'm just interested in it because I really like World War One. And I just want to see how they do it.
Okay, Brian, if you like World War One, why aren't you more invested in Wonder Woman?
I mean, that's why I am invested in Wonder Woman. Because
because it's a period piece?
Yeah. Yeah. That's right.
But it's a mainstream blockbuster.
That was what the trailer was telling me. I'm not saying that's what it is. It could be a very profound movie, but that trailer was not as good as the first one.
Brian, your opinion on movies mean nothing.
Yeah, yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Son.
Your opinions on movies are kind of invalid.
My opinions on your movies are kind of invalid.
Wow.
On my movies? I don't make
Yes.
movies, sir.
No, but you enjoy movies that I don't.
No, I don't make movies, sir. That's what you just said.
Also, it's a difference of opinion, and people were allowed to enjoy different things.
No.
I liked Hitman with Nathan. I enjoyed watching that awful Hitman. But it was still fun to me.
Exactly. Your opinions on movies mean nothing.
And so I thought it was an okay adaptation.
That movie was most definitely not okay.
Anyway, Pokemon Sun and Moon trailer.
Brian, that's like me saying the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers
We're
movie.
talking about Pokemon Sun and Moon.
That's like me saying the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie was okay. It wasn't okay. That movie was shit.
This new one's going to be just as shit.
No, this one has actual characters in it.
Whatever, Shelly. Me and George both agree.
You talking about George liked the trailer.
And what else did I say?
Me and George both
I
agree.
forgot.
I said it's a good trailer if it were a movie for anything that wasn't Power Rangers.
It's not Power Rangers, Shelly. Like, I don't know what you want it to be, but it's
Wait,
not
that statement makes sense?
Yeah.
It's a
What
good
if-
trailer for anything that's not Power Rangers?
Yes.
Wouldn't that mean that it's a good trailer?
It's
Well,
a
I
good
wasn't
trailer for
denying
a
that it was-
typical blockbuster
I wasn't denying
superhero.
that it wasn't good. I'm just saying, like,
It was a
as a
trailer
Power
that
Rangers, I
relied,
can't, like,
it relied on cliches to get its point across.
Which cliche? Oh yeah, it's never mind.
I was going to say, come on now.
Don't fucking lie to me. Not to my face.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
It's Breakfast Club.
Yeah, it is.
Okay then.
Which oh yeah.
We ain't gonna act like it's not.
God. But yeah, what starter are you getting, George? Because I already know.
Huh?
What
Oh,
starter
I'm
are you
getting
getting?
Rowlet.
Yeah, me too. Like, there's Litten. Well, the only reason I would have gotten Litten is just to call him It's Lit, but I don't want to fire Dark because I feel like that's kind of redundant.
That's a horrible combo.
I mean, I like Dark types, so that's my favorite type, but I just two of my favorite types together. It doesn't look fun. I don't like its moveset. I just
What's its moveset, Brian?
Its special move.
What's its moveset, Brian?
Like, Darkest Lariat.
What's its moveset?
Lariato!
You're giving me one move. What's its move set? What all can it learn?
I imagine Night Slash, Flame Wheel, some
I
fighting.
want the receipts, Brian.
Some odd fighting type
the
moves like
receipts.
Seismic Toss.
I want the
Bulk up.
receipts.
It probably learns bulk up through TM.
How, Sway? I mean, of course it learns bulk up. How, Sway?
I don't know. I'm not interested anymore. And the grass ghost type, like that's something that like I always wanted to try with like Phantump, but I never got the chance to because Phantump's actually kind of trash. So
What's the water one?
Water
it's
Fairy.
Water Fairy,
God.
Yo.
which makes sense. I think that was the best way to like push it because I thought that they were going to do that last gen or make one of the main starters fairy, and they didn't. So natural progression of things.
They didn't need to extort the starters, the promote fairy type on everybody. They just gave us an evolution.
That was enough extortion.
It was.
Sylveon was kind of a bitch to get to
Oh yeah. No.
because its requirements are super fucking vague, and you don't know like what exactly you need until it's too late.
But
Well, not necessarily too late.
Because like you need like a minimum of like 2 hearts, don't you? On Pokemon to me, and then level it up.
I don't remember. I maxed it out. I did the whole thing.
I
which
did
is
too,
like,
and
there
I
you go.
think I read somewhere that like, you didn't actually have to max it out. I was like, you fucking kidding me?
But Brian, it was about the journey and not the destination.
No, it was awful all the way through. Because I still hate Sylveon.
I mean, I hate fighting Sylveon. Having one isn't that bad.
I don't like having one. I don't like fighting one. It's not a good Pokemon through and through.
Sir, I'm sorry, what?
I don't like Sylveon. It's not a good Pokemon.
I mean, not liking Sylveon is cool, but sir, what?
See, George, see, his opinions are so skewed.
Bitch, I started this podcast.
That doesn't mean anything.
Not good.
I have opinions that matter to the public.
You have opinions that are most definitely a thing.
I have unpopular opinions that need to be heard.
You want to tell me what that base 110 special attack with Pixelate as a hidden ability? You want to tell me that's not good?
I mean, sure, if you want to use a shitty-ass Pokemon.
You want to tell
He said
me
it-
that
it
if
was
you
not as
throw
good as
out Hyper Voice, which as a sound move breaks through substitutes,
I mean, throw a Crobat at it.
base with the stab, boy.
Throw a Crobat at it.
The stab,
With
boy.
Cross Poison.
Brian, you have to catch a Crobat first.
No, you can't catch Crobats, shit.
You know what I
ain't
meant.
gonna, Crobat ain't gonna be fast enough to move when that Prankster Klefki hits with the Thunder Wave.
You see, but you're bringing another Pokemon in. I'm talking
Brian,
about
I hope
Sylveon.
I hope Ash catches a Crobat and it every match.
Well, I put the Klefki to your Crobat to pose the argument that you're like, Sylveon ain't good, just do this to it. Well, I'm like, homie, Crobat ain't no butter. Just do this to it.
I mean, that's the point. Like, some Pokemon are just... Every Pokemon has its, like, fucking trump card, right? Well,
I mean, that don't mean it's not good. I mean, if you had something that
except
couldn't,
fucking Whitney's milk tank.
if you had something that couldn't conventionally be beat, then like, what is game balancing?
Exactly.
But Brian, you just never mind. Never mind. I'm gonna play my Blaze Blue. It's gonna be a good
While we're
time.
on the subject of beating, George, in Xenoverse, how close am I to the end of the story? I just beat Beerus and Whis.
I never finished the first one. Believe it or not. Yep.
Did you get that far?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
I made my character and that was it.
Hold on, Shelly.
Everything else I watched like Matt and Drew do.
Okay, because on Monday, I'm going to get Xenoverse 2.
Hey,
Awesome.
I get paid tomorrow. I should probably start doing my thing.
If I could I could get $100 this weekend. I could get it with you, but I can't because I got to watch my house.
Why's it got to be $100?
Well, the thing is, my dad offered me like $100 to like watch his animals for the weekend, but my parents are going out of town too, so I got to watch these animals too, and I can't find someone to do one or the other, so I can't make the money.
Bring his animals over to your animals.
It says the final boss is Demigara, or whatever. Demigra.
Well, I mean, I know that he's the final boss, but I was just wondering when that happens.
I guess right after fucking the main story. I don't know.
Not gonna take it to dinner first? I mean,
If that was right after Beerus and Whis, I'll just go ahead and get Xenoverse 2.
You might as well.
Because I know someone said that they beat the main story at like level 43 or something, and I'm at 46.
when you trying to burst and you overdrive into Astral, love it.
Now, we're both choosing Rowlet. What version are you going to get, George?
Moon.
I decided Moon too because the 12 hours apart thing kind of made my mind up.
I picked Moon because lunacy. But
Well, I wanted to get Sun because of that, but I was like, the 12 hours thing. Like, I like events that happen at night. That was one of my favorite things about Crystal, is that you could have like a day and night cycle, and it could just be night. And now that story events like happen like mandatory, I guess, at night, I like that idea. That also,
but I mean, are you going to be playing more in the daytime or at night?
I mean, probably night anyway.
Well, then wouldn't you would have wanted to get Sun so it would be night in the game?
I could always trade the shitty ass Luna Pokemon for the Lion online.
Well, no, I meant just for like day-night things.
Yeah, I don't know how day and night cycles are going to work in these games. Like, that's something I've had a
They'll be
question
12
about.
apart. Like, Sun will run in concordance with your internal clock, and Moon will just do the same thing, but 12 hours ahead. Like, your AMs will be PMs.
You're fucking kidding me. That's stupid.
Like, why is it so difficult, Brian?
Because I didn't think that far ahead.
That makes the most sense, because anything else would actually be overcomplicating it.
To be fair, Nintendo is developing this, and they don't have the best track record of making sense.
We're not going to talk about this.
I was going to say, can I clear the air on the thing right now?
Ladies and gentlemen,
Pokemon Company International acts primarily as its own separate entity more often than not.
Doesn't matter. Nintendo's still the producer.
We are not doing this.
It doesn't matter. Nintendo's still the producer.
We dedicated an entire stream to this shit.
Doesn't matter.
Parent company, fam.
Doesn't matter. Nintendo's still the producer. They don't have a tendency to make sense.
They give them the money.
This is what you're doing to America.
I don't know what you're talking about. Family born in Germany.
It's tearing us apart. This bipartisanship system of Nintendo or Sony.
It's not even that. Again, like I said, they don't have the best track record of making sense.
I mean, neither does Sony.
Yeah, that's true.
No, there's some sense making there. When you win 3 out of the 4 generations that you've been around, you've
Which ones?
Sense. Well, the only one they've lost was PS3. They've won all the other generations that they've been around.
I mean, there's a record of not making sense. Otherwise, I'd be able to play some of them young PS3 games right now on this here 4.
You can play some. Just get some PS now.
What?
Dude,
Don't
Don't
even
even-
stream no fighting game. You tripping?
don't start that.
delay.
There's just a tiny little bit of lag.
I'm not playing Uncharted 3 with lag.
Oh my goodness.
Well, when I played Uncharted 1 when PS Now first came out, it wasn't too bad, and I know it's better now.
The fact that they're only now starting to be like, all right, here's some games. PS2 for PS4. Taking too long, man. It's stepping up. And this thing can't play music CDs? Like, bruh, huh?
Man, that's because no one's trying to play old games. Who wants to play old games?
Apparently everybody.
No.
You see all them?
That's just Nintendo people. Because
No,
they don't have
no.
new games.
People trying to play old games. I can give you the numbers of all them folks who came in at work on Friday and bought Skyrim.
Who's still buying Skyrim?
People are still buying Skyrim.
That game's like 5 years old.
I can't make this up. Game came out for like the 4th time. People are still playing it. People
That
are
makes no
apparently
sense.
people are apparently buying 1.5 and 2.5 on the PS4.
I mean, that's because they
Well, yeah,
didn't
that's
want to buy
because you have people like Brian that exist.
Well, no, they're not. That's because people didn't want to buy it on the PS3 because they'd already made the jump. 1.5
People-
and 2.5 came out too late in the cycle, and then they realized that and they were like fucking idiots.
I said people like Brian exist.
People are pre-ordering 2.8 to play a 3DS game. Like,
No,
I
people are
said
playing.
people like Brian exist.
I haven't pre-ordered it yet. Thank you very much. I'll
He's
wait.
about to. You know you're about to.
Yeah, I'm about to.
so next time you like, nah, Nintendo people want to play old games, I'm gonna be like, nah, Brian wants to play old games.
That's absolutely true because I still play a lot of my old ass games, as many as I can. I'm not even ashamed. Like, because that was like how I played video games for a while because I didn't have the money to like buy new shit and I didn't want to experiment. Because a lot of the good games that I heard about were rated M, and that was before I could play M games because of my mom.
Wait, when did you first start playing M games?
When Metal Gear Solid 4 came out, and it came with my PS3.
Oh. I think my first M game was the Family Guy game, and my mom bought it for me on PS2.
Yeah.
I was very surprised that she bought that for me.
Yeah, my mom was just like, at first she was like super like freaked
Oh wait,
out
no.
about it.
Technically, my first M game was Mortal Kombat
Same.
on SNES.
I don't even know if I ever played that before.
You never played SNES?
No, I played SNES. I have one.
You
I
haven't
know
played
if
Mortal
I've ever
Kombat
played it.
on it?
Yeah. Like,
Whoopsie!
I guess technically I played Mortal Kombat if you count Injustice.
Don't count that.
But anyway.
Because Mortal
Yeah.
Kombat and Injustice still play different.
But yeah, my mom,
Huh.
when I first got MGS4, she was like, you can only play 30 minutes a day, or I'm sure that you'll get obsessed with it and all the violence, and it'll take over your brain. Or
And then
something
you'll
like
just go
that.
out and start killing people, because that's how games work.
I mean, that was like at the time when gun violence and video game violence, where they were trying to make the link like super intense. And Mom bought into it.
Still trying to do that.
They're not really trying to because it's not convenient for them. When it becomes convenient, they'll start again.
Edgy.
But
Brian, they just did it a few years ago.
I mean, yeah, when it was convenient.
It's about as convenient as watching anime porn.
Exactly. We're all Trump supporters because we're childless, single anime watching like men who beat off to anime porn. I butchered that quote, but it's fine.
You did. But yeah, Sun and Moon though.
I'm excited. I want to know what these Ultra Beasts are because they're basically aliens at this point.
Wait, what's an Ultra Beast?
Anyway, I'm excited, and I want to see like how good or bad the games are because like I'm not gonna lie, like the demo it was weird. The whole demo felt really weird to me, and it didn't like give me the full scope of what the game's like because the game feels like so radically different. I don't know if I'll love it or not, or if I'll just be like, eh. Kind of like how I was with X and Y because I was excited to play X and Y, but at the end of the day, I was kind of like, eh, after I finished it. But I didn't feel eh about like Omega Ruby. Well, that Omega Ruby and Sapphire, I did feel eh about, but
In all fairness, Kalos doesn't have a post game, and that's really bad.
yeah, that's
Like
not good for
that
the Pokemon game.
that was a killer. And then they made up for it with Delta episode. Like Oris wasn't like received too well, but people did thoroughly enjoy Delta episode. They just hated it that was all they got because they even took away the battle frontier, which was weird. And imagine they keep that. But I guess
It's because they weren't going to
bank on
waste
their
resources making something new.
But we don't want new. We want the Battle Frontier.
I know.
We want Ash from the Battle Frontier. Where's that
I
Ash?
don't know about all that.
I still want the world
Oh,
championships from Black and White too. Like, bring that back. That was awesome.
They're eventually going to put Ash in one of the games, and he's going to suck.
I mean, that's what Red is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Wait, no, he's
Red
not.
is good, see?
No, yeah, I was about to say Red. No, Red's good.
Red is a separate character entirely.
It seems
Ryan,
like
don't be one of those people.
Mistakes.
Red goes up on mountains to train and get good.
I want the first thing out of Red's mouth to be goodness gracious, and I want it to be translated to Yare Yare Tase. I swear to God, if Nintendo does it, just fully aware of what they're doing.
You swear to Arceus?
I swear to Arceus and all of his Ultra Beasts.
Wait, what's an Ultra Beast?
An alien, I'm assuming.
I thought that's what Deoxys was.
Deoxys is a virus.
Okay, then I thought that's what Rayquaza was.
No, Rayquaza just lives in the atmosphere, but he's still from the Earth.
So what's it eat?
I don't know, fucking Wingull. Shit.
Wingull?
Fuck, I don't know. What do you want?
I just want explanations for why these Pokemon are living in some places.
I mean,
They all live in the deepest regions of each volcano. What? Why?
Deoxys obviously doesn't.
I mean, you look it up on Bulbapedia. It's not hard.
But yeah, like Ultra Beasts are probably aliens, and we don't know like what story relevant. Apparently, like there's only 8 of them, or 10.
Only 8.
Well, I mean, compared to like a 700 plus dex.
Only 8 of them.
I need to know if they'll probably just act as bosses, honestly, because there's no way you can use them.
They have shiny forms.
Maybe they're alternate forms to like a Pokemon you can get, like an event one.
Maybe they're artificial Pokemon.
Maybe there's just an Aloha version.
Maybe they're normal types.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Anyway, so before we get into the Halloween section, that Final Fantasy 15 Omen trailer, holy shit. And I gotta hand it to Square, like, ever since they announced that the game was getting delayed, they've been really good about keeping the hype alive, because they've been feeding us bits and pieces, like just like a bread trailer, a breadcrumb trail. Shit, I'm tired. Of just nice little tidbits, and then like the biggest thing to come out of, like, besides the Omen trailer, where we basically get like a possible future for the story, and basically it was just there to like get fan theories like rocking and rolling. Is that the game's going to have multiplayer online. That's fucking great. Like, that's something that I really missed from Versus 13 when it was first announced, because basically when 15 was Versus 13, it had a setup similar to, like, you know, like the Lego Star Wars games, where you could just seamlessly transfer like your playable character like on the fly in combat, and it wouldn't affect much. And it's not like you'd have to like pick a character per chapter and just stick with that one character. And they, like, one of the bits of combat they showed was like all of them fighting a behemoth in a city, and like it switched from Noctis to Gladio to Prompto to Ignis, and it was really fun. It looked really fun, and I liked that idea. But then they didn't make any of them playable in the final product of 15. Unless you got the season pass, which I'm buying the season pass, because for $25 and all the content we're getting, that's more than worth it. It's not like the Star Wars Battlefront season pass that was like $30-$40, and you got nothing on top of nothing on top of nothing. And I don't mean like nothing as in like quantity, because I'm sure there was a lot of stuff they gave you. It just had no substance. I'm excited for 15, though. If you can't tell, like, I think the game's going to do very well, and I think it's going to be really good for Final Fantasy and for Square Enix as a company and as a franchise. And Kotaku said it was good, so I'm doubly
Do not use
excited.
Kotaku as a site.
I second that notion. Do not.
I will use them as a gaming site.
Why are you using Kotaku?
I don't use them for anything else but gaming.
Don't
use
use
it for
them at
anything.
all.
Anyway.
Just go by your opinion, because your opinion matters.
Anyway, the general opinion of the people and the companies,
Like Kotaku?
and others that have played like the first 15 hours of Final Fantasy 15, they like it. They said that it's difficult to master, but there's a sense of satisfaction of seeing it open up and like getting better and better at it as the game progresses, and that it's actually kind of complicated, and a lot more complicated than like the demos have shown. Because the demos fucking suck. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, those demos both suck for different reasons. Duske, because it just felt empty, and Platinum just because it was a technical demo and didn't need to exist in the first place. Because we already
something.
Well, I mean, the Platinum demo was that's all it was. It was just to, like, hold your fucking like horses. Here's some content. We didn't have time to like put together like an actually good demo because we don't want to spoil anything. But here's Little Noctis with no customization or like combat options at all, except for the last portion. I don't know. I'm excited, and I would love to hear your thoughts on this.
Mine?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well. No, I'm joking with the stuttering and stammering. Omen trailer looked really good. I'm excited for online gameplay, but I'm also kind of curious to see how that'll work.
I imagine it'll be like missions. just like separate quests that you unlock in the game.
Yeah.
And progress, you can just do it with more than one person.
Well, I wouldn't even imagine anything plot relevant on the basis that, you know, people progress at different levels and so on and so forth. You know, you match up somebody who's beaten the game with somebody who's just bought it. You wouldn't want to take them in the. You
I
would
mean,
want
that's
to
why I
limit
said.
the kind of content they tackle, and I think that's.
I mean,
Hmm.
that's what I was saying. Like, it's like the days system of multiplayer. Like, you can only do multiplayer missions that you completed in the main story.
Okay.
So your progression, like, limits like who you play with.
I would
So if
like.
you go back and you're, go ahead.
I was gonna say I would like something similar to Days.
I miss Days so much. Like I'm playing it again and doing mission mode. Like that was such a good idea, and it's a shame that they had to do it on the DS.
I don't think so.
It would have been so much better on PSP.
Debatable. I mean, you got Birth by Sleep, so like
the multiplayer
you know.
aspect, because Birth by Sleep's multiplayer was because Mirage Arena is just obscenely difficult. And that was something I got really pissed off about in 2.5, that they took away the multiplayer functionality. And I'm wondering if they'll. I doubt they'll implement it into this new PS4 one. So
No, because it'd just be a port of the PS3 one.
yeah, exactly. But they are making them 60 frames per second.
Yay.
That's gonna fuck with me, especially with Kingdom Hearts 1. Because I'm used to playing that game on like 30 frames per second. Like I don't beat that game.
Well, nope.
I beat that game based on knowing on how it plays.
Nope. Gotta learn now. Gotta get them reflexes. Gotta do
I'm
the
about to say,
thing.
if anything, you'll probably be better at it.
Yeah.
I'm just used to my timing being not exact.
Nope. Nope. You gonna learn these frame perfect inputs.
It's gonna suck too with this TV with like a half-second delay.
Nope. You gotta learn like the rest of us.
Like that was something that was like kicking my ass in Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, because like I'm playing on critical and I was playing on this TV with those delays, and I'm having to learn like super boss fights and like the data organization members, and I was getting my ass beat because my button inputs were like just a little bit off.
Switch it to game mode or something. But
yeah, I don't know. I'm excited for 15.
What else was I gonna say? I liked Duske and Platinum for what they were. Like,
I mean, I like Duske too when I played it, because I was like, oh wow, 10 hours worth of content. But it was also so empty.
I mean, I'm a be for real. Like, I kind of don't know what you expected. I say it that way, like with it being a demo and all. Like, it wasn't gonna
Fairy
be
Tail?
Oh no, it's every shonen ever.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I've seen this before. But yeah, nah.
I believe in you.
But yeah, no. As far as Duske, I don't know what you expected at all.
I mean, a lot, because I was not keeping up with it.
Friendly reminder: people were expected to play Type 0.
I mean, Type 0 was good.
Exactly. No,
Type 0 was really good.
people were expected to play that,
Like,
and then the demo be something extra. You
Like,
know what I
I'm-
mean? something on the side. Here's a look into.
I'm gonna leave really quick so I can get like a Diet Dr Pepper because my fucking throat's killing me.
Do what it do.
Brian, you'll appreciate this.
I think he left to go do the thing. I'll look at it though. Oh yeah, no. Like 3 people have showed me that today.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Like everybody is on that.
What's up?
Brian, look at your messenger on Facebook.
Well, I'm scared.
You should be. Oh, you should be.
Ah, shit. I saw another one that was like in the group earlier today. It was like when he was like, her hair, whack. Something else, her spirit arrows, whack.
Whack.
That was funny as
Whack.
shit. I'm tired as fuck. It's okay. Kikyo's the best character in that show.
We're
You know
talking about
why?
Kikyo's the only character in that show. Everyone else is dead.
Can we talk about how technically like redundant the whole 3
The love
love triangle is in Inuyasha, because Kikyo and Kagome are like technically just the same person.
We talk about how redundant it is because they had to create drama. Because every time they tried to kill off Kikyo, they're like, well, shit, where's the plot go from here? We need to make it interesting. Let's bring her back. And let's make Kagome like jealous of her for some reason, even though she has nothing to worry about at this point.
I don't know. Kikyo's body was banging.
I know. Her theme was banging, too.
But yeah, nah. Back on Dusuke, I was like, yeah, I don't know what you expected. It was more of, here's a peek at what this game in itself is capable of, and here's a little bit of the dynamic between Noctis and everyone. But
I remember...
yeah,
I remember when people were really pissed about Noctis sounding like Batman, and I hated his voice too. I was like, I swear to God, if this is how he actually sounds forever, and I have to go and like buy like Japanese voice packs online, I'm gonna be so fucking mad. But yeah, what was I gonna say? No, Type 0? Honest to God? Like, that's my ideal Final Fantasy game. I just need it on a grander scale. With better movesets. And more customization. Than that bullshit fire spell shit.
you ask for a lot.
No, I mean, like, that's all I want. I just want a Final Fantasy, like, that is on the scale of 6. With just as many characters as 6. But with their own fleshed out story arcs and unique movesets. Basically, I want 15, but with 6 as format.
So you want a 6 remake instead of this 7 remake that's coming out and being done by CyberConnect 2?
No, I don't want a 6 remake because as good as 6 is, 6 doesn't have a lot of customization. Oh, it does have a lot of... What am I saying? That's a lie. What am I trying to say? A 6 remake in the style of Final Fantasy VII Remake, that would be interesting, but it wouldn't be enough because it would still lack a lot of thing, and I think a lot of that comes from character depth. like, this is my ideal Final Fantasy, and I've thought about this for a while. Okay, now stay with me. I need it to have 13's story structure. I need it to begin. I don't need it to be as long as 13's story structure, but I need it to be chapter based around certain characters that get the spotlight every chapter, and you just switch the narrative around with different people, like what they did in 6 for a bit, where you just could pick your own adventure essentially, in like the first fourth of the game. It has to be like on as grand a scale as far as battles go as 15, and have just as much character depth as 15, but also have the uniqueness of each playable character like you had with Type 0, because all of them like played extremely unique, except for the range combatants, because I felt like those could have been improved on somewhat. Because it essentially comes down to, like, can you reload or not? Are your shots instantaneous? Do they do more damage? Do you do more hits per second? Because, like, that's all. The damage output was basically the variation between your ranged fighters. Whereas, like, you play as Cease, or what's her name? With a scythe? Vastly different playstyle than, like, Ace would have. Because Ace just teleports around the battlefield, and he's a ranged attacker, but he's also a melee attacker with ranged capabilities, and he's like your mage. I don't know. I like the complexity of the characters in Type 0, and I feel like if the game was just a little bit larger in scale, it would have been almost perfect. Like, just completely perfect. And from a gameplay standpoint, not from like a story standpoint, because that game made no goddamn sense. But that's my rant and my suggestion. So Square, listen to me.
Yeah, that game you just asked for will never exist.
I know it won't ever exist, but I want it. At the very least, though, I want something that reminds me of Final Fantasy VI with that many characters.
I have a better chance of getting that Pokemon MMO than the game that you just described.
I mean, you don't even know what I'm talking about.
I mean, I don't have to know what you're talking about. It's the way you described it.
A man can dream.
Ooh. Is it 11-13 or 12-13? I don't think my computer made the shift.
It's 11-13.
It is Final Fantasy 12-13.
It's 12. It's 12-13. You know that the clocks don't change until Sunday, right?
Yeah, they change next week.
Okay. A lot of my...
That's so we go back in time on Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll get an hour.
I'm gonna go into work late that day, just cause.
Just because you have an
Okay.
excuse.
I'm gonna say I went back in time, but for some reason you guys are still here ahead of time.
All right, I'm seeing what happened then.
You can
My
tell them you need
computer-
to get back to the future.
My computer went ahead and did it.
That's weird.
I thought it was acting up, but it was just like, yeah, no, we're going to go ahead and do it now. I guess to get it used to it? I don't know.
That's fucking awful, because, like, what if you fuck up because you're basing your time off your computer time?
Well, see, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I trust you.
I
So
look at
let's
my
go
phone
ahead
too
and
much.
let's get on these Halloween topics so I can go to fuck to bed.
Yeah, some of us have to be
So-
at work tomorrow.
Ooh.
Not me.
Yeah, both of you and me.
I don't.
I have to be at work at 9 o'clock. I'm going crabbing tomorrow.
Oh, what's it like to catch crabs?
Boring.
I don't think it's as boring as you think it is.
I mean, all you do is put bait in a box and just wait.
That's exactly what it's like.
I mean, I know, Shelly. I've been fishing before. Like, I like fishing, but good God.
the last time I went fishing on vacation, like I had one bite, and I stayed out there for an hour and a half, and I had one nibble, and it ran away because it got my bait before I could like reel it in because I was being too like passive with the reeling in.
Why'd she run away?
I don't know. Just didn't want to be with me, I guess.
Did she give you the crabs, or you gave her the crabs?
Crab battle?
Crab people.
Crap battle. I don't know. Anyway, Halloween topic. So we tried to do the stream, guys, honest to God, on Halloween, but schedule conflicts and just the sheer amount of fuckery that was happening that day, and the subsequent and previous days before then, just couldn't do it. But I came up with some little topics to get us in the spirit, even though the spirit's gone and has been for about 4 days.
Laid it to rest.
So, first Halloween topic and question. What's the scariest anime you've ever seen? And I'm really not trying to be funny with this, so like, don't come up with something like Boku no Pico, please, Shelly.
Oh my god. Wow, you know me like too well.
Were you gonna say Boku no Pico?
Like, I was just about to say it.
Shit. Okay, so that means we're best friends. Alright, so yeah, like, I guess I'll go first because this is a tough one for me because I don't really watch a lot of scary anime. I think Parasite's like the closest I could come to like a horror anime. And I don't want to say Berserk either because I was never really terrified with Berserk. I was just uncomfortable. Fuck. This is a really hard question.
Yeah,
I should have thought about this.
I don't watch horror anime either. I was about to say the closest thing I could think of was Parasite.
Well, I mean, I guess I'll make an amendment to this question since not a lot of us like delve into that genre so much. What was an anime that freaked you out as a kid?
Boba bo 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 bo.
Me too. I watched
Full Metal Alchemist, the original one, scared me as a kid.
Those first few episodes are kind of scary.
And since Shelley didn't offer up an explanation, I'll give you another chance. Do you want to go first?
For what?
And just explain why.
For what? Boba bo 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 bo?
Yeah, or are you just being an asshole?
I was just being an asshole for that one.
Okay. Alright, well, the reason Full Metal Alchemist, like, scared the shit out of me was because I caught the Nina episode of the original, like, the first time I ever watched it, and I was, like, I don't know, 8 or something. And I remember, like, seeing, like, the thing that, like, their mom became, like the husk, and the flashbacks in that episode. It freaked me the fuck out because I had no context for it. And it still made me uncomfortable as, a 14-year-old reading it, like, all those years later. I was still kind of like, oh, I don't like this. This is kind of freaking me out. It just left a really big impact on me, and I watched the whole episode through, and I remembered what happened. But I told my friend about it, like, years later. I was like, yeah, like, I never watched Fullmetal Alchemist because I caught, like, that one episode, and this is what happened. It just freaked me out. I just never gave it another chance. It's like, yeah, dude, like, everybody's angry and everybody's sad that episode. Like, so that's a terrible episode to start in on. So, yeah, scared the shit out of me. George?
Yo.
What's your answer?
When I was young, I saw the OVA/film, whatever you want to call it, X. And a lot of people died. But because it was like, you know, this is OVA or whatever, it didn't, like, soften it up like you saw in some series at the time.
Uh huh.
Like, you saw the blood, the guts, the bodies being torn, I mean, maybe not quite berserk level, but
I mean, when you think about it, Berserk is pretty standard in terms of just gore and violence. It's just how savage it can get from like a
well,
combat
remember at
setting.
the time,
Yeah.
we didn't get too much hella, but yeah, no. People dying. There were like young children. Well, this young girl or whatever dying and whatnot. Her and the dog. There was somebody's like eyes getting messed up from this machine.
Yeah.
I saw a guy and his sister get beheaded. Like for young me, it was like, wow.
Is that the one I see on like posts sometimes that are like, what were killing the people? Like black things?
Nah, they were killing each other. I mean,
okay.
black things might have showed up and started killing people. I don't know.
Because I remember a post was going around of just a really savage, just like massacre of like these black shadows that look like Pride from Full Metal Alchemist just killing students.
Oh, no.
And I didn't know what that was from, so. Okay, well, that was actually a really tough question. I did not think that through when I was coming up with it. Because, yeah, like, Parasite's a thriller, but it's not really scary. So, I don't know. If you're into body horror, I guess. Okay, so top 3 scary villains in games and anime. And this can translate to just outright creepy or like actual, like, I'm scared when they're on screen. Like, they have a presence on screen that makes you scared and, like, want to shit your pants.
David.
I mean, that's a very legitimate thing. Like, I got creeped out when he was on screen, too, and I was terrified in that boss fight against it because it kept fucking dying. And it was an instant kill.
If Logan doesn't have David, it'd be trash.
Okay, so who wants to go first with their top 3? You're gonna have to come up with them on the fly, aren't you?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, me too. I didn't think about it that much. I only have like 1.5 thought of.
Okay. One, and you're gonna have to hear me out on it. One of them is definitely Cars.
Okay.
Because here's the thing, like, yeah, I'm scared by gross stuff sometimes, but I'm not really a, jump scare and see this kind of, I scare more from like psychological kind of horror stuff that messes up my mind, stuff that I sit and think about. So with like Ultimate Cars, the fact that no matter what you do, this dude just can't die. You don't really stop him per se. So, while it's not seen as scary or terrifying in the context of JoJo, when Joseph is fighting him, let's, imagine you're running from this particular character or that he's in the midst of a genocide. What are you going to do to Ultimate Cars? No matter what you do, no matter what you try, he just doesn't stop.
Unless he stops thinking.
Yeah. So the thought that it's a fever you can't sweat out, it's something that you can't rid yourself of, that'll be there no matter what. That's kind of terrifying.
I can hear that.
An unsolvable problem.
That somehow gets solved.
By non-conventional means, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, that was actually some smart writing on Naraki's part. Like, he's come up with some bullshit.
Which, I mean, I guess hypothetically, if you nuke cars fast enough, but that's getting into an entirely different state of being and conversation.
Like, how you just nuke someone fast enough?
We meant, like, nuke as in, like, throw, like, your strongest shit at him.
Oh.
No, I mean with a nuke.
Oh, well, all right.
Yeah. How you just nuke someone fast?
Because the thing behind cars is, like, you know, he adapts to, I guess, for lack of better phrasing, like the biological structure of every, like, living thing. But the world can very much be vaporized by nuclear arms, sans cockroaches. If you were able to hit him with a nuclear strike before he was able to, like, stop and think about adjusting his body to match that of a roach, then...
And it's hard to think about beating cars, too, without, like, considering stand abilities, because stands weren't relevant at that point in time.
And even so, he'd have just learned how to use them on the fly himself.
Yeah. And he would have
Okay.
come up with something, like, unbelievable.
I think another scary antagonist. Oh my. Shadow characters from Persona. Because
can
I
get
don't
that.
think there's anything I fear more than, like, the parts of me I hate the most, or, like, try to hide from others.
That's deep.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess as far as the shadow characters go, the scariest to me personally would be Teddy, Shadow Teddy, because he literally is like an envoy of like nothingness. He represents like nihilism. Like, how do you say it?
Nihilism?
Nihilism. Yeah, nihilism, like at its finest. Because spoilers for Persona 4, so like don't fuck with this like moment. I'm going to give you 3 seconds to pause this podcast, and then just like fast forward if you're watching it later on. If it's live, then cover up your ears for like 5-10 seconds.
Or you can quit kidding yourself and go ahead and say it.
Yeah. Teddy is a shadow, and so he doesn't have like any memories because he literally is born from like the subconscious of the human mind, and so his shadow, which is, when you think about it, kind of paradoxical. Like,
How do you explain Shadow Teddy?
because Teddy had his own personality. He wanted to be somebody, so he gave himself a persona.
That was a joke.
I'm serious. Like, that was my justification for it. Like, he gave himself a persona because he wanted to be somebody else, and he wanted to have memories because he was developing individuality. Roxas. But that's why I think Shadow Teddy is just kind of like terrifying in a sense, because he knows what's up. He knows the truth behind everything, and he knows that like he knows the depths of like human consciousness as a collective, and he knows like the ultimate like routes that humanity can take because he's seen the ugly, mostly the ugly and the good. And I think that like being presented with like the truth that like nothing really matters in a sense like that is like terrifying to you or anybody really. But that was actually a good answer. I appreciate that one.
I guess for my third one, I don't know. That Sephiroth dude is pretty wild.
Yep.
Like,
And
you kill and cause misery, and you get some kind of enjoyment out of it, but it's not even like a visible. I'm laughing, getting off to this kind of enjoyment. It's a subtle. This pleases me, but I don't have to flaunt it. It's like that warm, fuzzy feeling inside enjoy, but you enjoy doing horrible things in that regard. So
Right.
yeah. A lot of it's all social mental stuff as to why. Like, I guess I feel the spoopiness.
Okay.
I mean, if you want
Go
if
ahead.
you want common stuff, I just hate Octoroks. The Ocarina of Time, the not Ocarina of Time model, but the Smash Brothers Melee model used to parallel Ocarina of Time grosses me out. Could not play Melee for a while as a kid because of that. At least not adventure mode anyway.
I hear you.
Mm.
Okay, Shelly, what about you?
I'm gonna go with David from The Last of Us because fuck David.
Fuck David.
Two. I'm gonna go with Pride from Brotherhood because he combined just two things that are scary: darkness and children.
Ah.
And shit, what was my number 3? I had it. I can remember. I had it like 2 minutes ago. I can't remember my third one.
Okay, well, I'll give you a second.
It's too late. It's gone.
What show did it have to do with
I
again?
don't remember.
All right, well, here's the thing. I'll let you interrupt me when you remember it. If you don't remember it, it doesn't matter. Hold on, like, I'm about to give you mine. I just need you to,
Oh, it was Naraku from Inuyasha. Because
Oh shit, you're right.
he would just
When-
never die.
That monkey outfit scared the shit out of me.
Hey, I remember that. No. Okay, I did used to be scared of him when I was younger because I would never know how he sounded because I would watch Inuyasha as a kid, but I would also like have the TV down so my moms ain't run in like at 10, 11 at night. Be like, "What you watching? Stop it!" So I would just see.
I'm just listening to really good endings.
Right. So I would just see, and I would be like, man, he a villain. I bet his voice is like death metal screamo.
And then it's just Steve Bloom.
Yeah. Silly,
Just,
right?
just creepy in its own right, but, Okay, so my third one on my list is, Sephiroth, same as George. Mostly because of his music, because it was just it was that bell tone, and it made you, like, everything kind of slowed down when he was on screen and his theme was going on. And I remember that, like, every time I heard the bell, like, ring in the background, like, my heart kind of, like, skipped a beat, like, originally when I played Final Fantasy VII, because I had no expectations. I just knew that Sephiroth was, like, bad news because of Kingdom Hearts. And I was terrified of him in Kingdom Hearts because he was so fucking hard. And I was like, he must be the baddest bad fucking guy I've ever seen in my life because, like, his boss fight was insane. But I remember playing through the game and, like, being like, okay, well, Sephiroth's kind of cool. Like, and the flashback with Cloud, and then I kept watching him playing through the flashback, and then I saw the fire scene, and I was like, oh, well, and it just got worse and worse and worse. And just seeing like his rise and immediate fall in the game, I really appreciated his character, but like I was just terrified of him because every time he was on screen, like he took the fucking scene. Like I was on edge. Like I'd play this game like in the middle of the night, nobody be up at my house, and all I have is like that fucking creepy ass bell music every time, and it would weird me out. My number 2 is the SAX from Metroid Fusion. Do you remember that fucking George?
From Fusion? Didn't play Fusion.
Yeah. Okay, so the whole concept
I thought you said Prime at first. I was gonna be like,
no.
uh,
So the reason I chose that one is because you know Metroid, like you're alone on an alien planet, doing shit and stuff, and some creepy environments, creepy enemies, and creepy ass music. Everything's awful. And I already don't like underground areas in any video game because being underground really creeps me the fuck out. And I don't like being alone in video games because like there's like The Witcher 3, like you're always alone obviously because it's a single player like game. And it's based around like the story of Geralt and his adventures. But you feel like a badass. And Metroid games, you don't start off as a badass typically. Like you have to work at it, and you're very fragile. And you're just by yourself, and there's no voiceovers. You can't like get to know the character. There's not a lot of dialogue. You just hear music. You see creepy enemies, and you see creepy cutscenes of Mother Brain watching you every now and then.
oh yeah.
But that's not in that's all in Zero Mission and the original, whatever. Well, not the original, but you know, Fusion. You're on a space station, and it's like fuck. It's the plot to Aliens.
I mean, yeah, they
the
said
entire the entire crew's been eaten or like just killed, and you're trying to find out like how to eliminate this dangerous parasite that can basically mimic. It takes over the host and it mimics their DNA perfectly, and it is sentient. So basically, it copies bodies and it kills the host and makes them stronger. And their natural enemy is the Metroids that came from whatever planet that was. I can't remember. Because like they were natural predators in the wild, some shit like that. Very weak, very weak. So the SAX is basically Dark Samus, like as Dark Link is to Link, because she got infected by one of these characters. Yeah, she got infected while she was on this planet that had these parasites, and she had to get her suit surgically removed because the parasite wouldn't fucking let go of her. And the infected pieces of her suit, of her power suit, became another Samus because they had her DNA inside of it, so that they used that as the basis. And so basically, you're fighting on this ship, doing Metroid shit and like restoring power, killing off specimens that have been infected by the X, as the parasite's called, to make sure that they don't like fucking blow up the ship or escape or do anything all that. All while getting upgrades, and like basically you're working up from like to be as strong as you were prior to getting infected by the X, because basically you had a fully upgraded power suit and you're just working to get as strong as you were. But in the meantime, like, you figure out in the game that the government's trying not to make you too powerful because it's got a lot of like trade secrets on the ship. Like they were actually breeding Metroids in secret when they're supposed to be extinct, shit like that. But when you get in certain areas of the game, the SAX will come out of the fucking like wall or like another door, and it gives you a prompt or not a prompt, like the on-screen prompt is that there's no music because like you just hear footsteps and you gotta fucking hide because that thing will kill you because the music like goes crazy and it gets like really sporadic and just like jumpy and it'll kill you in like 3 seconds if you don't like get the fuck out of the way or just find a good place to hide or freeze it in its tracks because like that's the whole thing is that it's weak to ice or some shit like that. I don't know. Anyway, like having to hide from that enemy because they like it was terrifying to me as a kid. And the first time you see it, it jumps out of its pod or whatever wall that it blew out of. And it does like a zoom in on its face, and it doesn't have any pupils in its eyes. It's just a blank Samus face with no like anything. It's terrifying. And then my number one is Griffith.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Because, yeah. Don't know what he's doing. Don't ever know what he's gonna do. Seems like he could be a good guy. Seems like he could still be a bad guy. Don't know if he's still all there. I don't know. It's with Griffith, the fear is from knowing what he can do and not seeing him perform later on in the series because, like, whenever he's on screen, he steals the fucking show, and I find myself holding my breath a lot because I just don't know how it's going to go. And I think that that's powerful writing on Miura's part to make a character that you love to hate, but you also are just terrified to see on screen because you don't want him to make things even worse than they already are. And that's it for mine.
So we might need to close out.
Yeah, I'm thinking so. We'll do one more. You guys up for it?
Can honestly say that I'm not.
Okay. Well, guys, we've reached our limit. We're all really tired. Shelly doesn't have to work tomorrow. I do. I haven't even heard from Shelly in the last 10 minutes. I'm pretty sure he's asleep. My suspicions have been confirmed. But, yeah, we'll save more Halloween topics for when Drew's on the show, if we can get a stream in this weekend. Sorry that I promised you more Halloween and more double stuffed, and we didn't get it. But, you know, life happens. Shelly, I see that you voted for Harambe in the IGN group.
Dude, I didn't even know what that voting was. I just saw Harambe and clicked it.
Yep, me too. Good night, guys. Love you all. Be safe. Don't do stupid shit. And don't eat turkey and drive. Goodbye.